Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's video, I am actually going to be previewing and showcasing my deck profile that I took to Indianapolis this past regional. It was a phenomenal event. This time around, I was able to showcase some of my skill, as a player, and I piloted the Vegeta leader instead of the Cell leader that I normally take to events, which is tricolor. You guys already know me for my tricolor Cell. This past regional, I decided to switch it up a bit. I was talking to some of my teammates, one of them being Jonathan Tavares, which hopefully you guys will get to see him in upcoming events. He's been getting real close to getting to that top bracket. He came in 19th place this time around, and hopefully the next regional you see him, he will make the top 16 slot, or top 32 if it goes to day 2. Unfortunately, every time he makes it within the top 32, it's only 16 players. So sad faces, but it is what it is, and it only means that you need to get better in order to compete with the best. So as I said, this regional was phenomenal. I finished in 2nd place, so much better than usual. And I placed 5th in Swiss. My performance during Swiss rounds is very good. I'm always in like the top 10 slots. And it's one of my strong suits to make it there. It's usually day 2 is where I fall short, and I was close to winning it, guys. I was so close, but it is what it is. So next time, we're gonna try to win it. For all of you guys that, follow me and support me by watching my content, and if you like me, even better, right? But without further ado, let's jump right in the deck profile. Alright guys, here we go. We have our Vegeta leader. If you don't know this bad boy already, which you should, Vegeta, activate main once per turn. Choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. This card gains critical for the duration of the turn, and when this card's life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip it over. Bam! We got Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Same effect as before. Choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. This card gains critical for the duration of the turn. However, if you have 7 or more blue, keyword blue energy, this card gains 10,000 for the duration of the turn. And of course, it has your standard draw 1 card when it attacks. So the Vegeta leader, like I said before in this video, I'm normally used to playing Cell, and of course I play a lot of different leaders, but for this tournament, I figured after talking to my good friend Jonathan Tavares that I actually decide on playing a leader that is a little bit more suitable for the format. I was playing my Cell deck, and I enjoy its uniqueness and the originality that my deck had, since I was one of the first players, if not the first player, to introduce tricolor Cell. But it just wasn't making the cut, guys, and girls. I wish I was able to do much more with the deck, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take down any events other than locals and little shop championships. All right, so starting for our 1-drops, we have Saiyan Cabba. I'm pretty sure you guys are used to seeing this guy on my channel, but if you don't know what he does, for all you newcomers, when this card attacks, you may choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, this card gains plus 10,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So this little bad boy is amazing because he synergizes extremely well with Vegeta. Vegeta is able to take life out of able to take his own life, 1 card at a time per turn, and Cabba can take 1 card. So that increases my awaken ability tenfold. I can awaken as early as turn 2, depending on what opening I have, and depending on the matchup. Of course, Cabba is there is a downside to Cabba. You do never want to just attack blindly into a leader to give your opponent cards in hand. That's something you don't want to do unless times are rough and you feel the need to do so. But other than that, you want to strategically use Cabba so that you can gain max value and also help your own situation, you know, especially when you have your opponent at 5 life. It's great when you can swing in with a Cabba and put your opponent down to 3. And if they guard you, you don't care because you can awaken with Vegeta. So it doesn't really matter in those type of situations. But moving forward, for our second 1-drop, we have Manipulating God Champa. Now this guy, he is a bad boy. When you play this card, look at the top 7 cards of your deck for a red Champa card and add it to your hand. Red Champa battle card and add it to your hand. That is extremely good for the rest of the lineup as we go along. This guy is just a great filter, and he can land into key cards that allow me to run through a lot of my opponents overall. So you can't sleep on this bad boy. The third 1-drop on my list, and this guy is usually never mentioned or rarely mentioned, and that is Universe 10 Supreme Kai Gowasu. Now I know most of you guys may not know what he does, especially if this is your first time entering this game. Effect: when you play this card, look at up to the top 3 cards of your deck. In that case, you can choose 1 God, quotations, among them, and add it into your hand, then shuffle the rest of the cards right back into your deck. So this guy, this bad boy, okay? A lot of players were not used to seeing this card. When I entered this event, this was one of the most unique cards that a lot of players came up to me and was like, whoa, like what does that guy do? Or hey man, I thought people only played it in like Goku Black decks or like Beerus or whatever to search out gods. And I was like, no, actually, you could play it in Vegeta. My Vegeta deck almost half the deck is gods because I'm running the Champa lineup and he is a god. And I run Boost Attack Piccolo, which is the 10K for this deck, and that is also a god. So this card gave me so much of an advantage over a lot of players because a lot of players really didn't know what it did, and when they found out, it was already too late. My top 16 opponent, Zuhair, which you guys may already know of him, great guy to definitely meet, and you know, fun person to talk to about ideas and as such. But it was hilarious because he was playing the Red Blue Vegeta, his own variant, which was a little closer to Marcel's, but he had his own original spice in it. He was running like Super Saiyan Cabba, so he can like swing in with the Saiyan Cabba, attack, get a card from his life, then restand, overlay, evolve that Cabba, and the Cabba keeps the 10,000, so he's hitting that 30K double strike. Then he would swing in, Senzu Bean it, or Senzu Bean the other Cabba, and then restand, place another Super Saiyan Cabba. It was some wonky, crazy plays. But when he first saw my deck and he saw the Gowasus, he was like, damn, Anthony, you're playing the better deck. And I was like, well, you know, if I'm gonna play any leader, you best believe that there's gonna be a lot of nice originality coming from my end. And you guys won't wanna blink an eye when I go to this next regional. I'm gonna have some spicier stuff involved. Last but not least on the 1-drop battle card slot is Energy Boosted Majin Buu, the most simplistic card in the game, and there's actually a few more coming out of these next upcoming sets. When you play this card, draw 1 card. Self-explanatory, very simple to keep up with. This makes up the entire 1-drop lineup. As you can see, this deck is heavy on the 1-drops, which allows me to filter through my deck extremely quickly while being able to net some of the most powerful, devastating cards in the meta. Now moving on to our extra cards. Senzu Bean. Now most of you guys should already know what this card does because in my opinion, it is the best extra card in the game. First to Cold Bloodlust is second. Choose up to one of your cards. It gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Additionally, choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them into active mode, any energy. This card is amazing on the offense and it's incredible on the defense, which allows you to survive in a lot of games. It allows you to put pressure and it allows you to relieve pressure. This is the best card in the game, guys and girls. So, moving forward. Moving on to our second drop lineup. Boost Attack Piccolo, which again, as I mentioned before, is a god, so it combos with this guy upstairs. If you are not running 4 of these type of cards in your deck, they cost 0, they are able to activate when you have 4 less life. If you do not run 4, you're bad. When you combo with this card, if your leader card is blue and your life is at 4 or less, you add 10,000 to this card's combo for the duration of the turn. That's freaking amazing. And netting you an additional card in hand. This is one of the best cards in the game, and you have to run it for every element. You cannot skip out on this on any color. Our third drop lineup, Raging Spirit Son Gohan, known as AKA Freehan. Little short story to share with you guys. I actually got a game loss during round 5 because I wrote Freehan instead of Raging Spirit Son Gohan. I had the correct card number, but the judges wanted to be a little uptight about that. But anyways, effect. At the end of the battle, after you combo with this card, from your hand, if your leader card is blue, play this card in rest mode. Every color has a card like this. Now, I won't say you're bad for not running 4, but you best run at least 2, anywhere from 2 to 4 copies. If you are not, you are allowing your opponent to have a major edge over you. So please, just run the card. Try to fit 4. If you cannot, fit anywhere from 2 to 3. Make sure you have this card in your deck. Sorry guys, we almost forgot about my son over here. Unyielding Spirit Trunks. So, like I was saying, this is actually part of my 2-drop lineup. He is also a battle card. During your turn, when you combo with this card, if your leader card is blue, choose up to 1 energy and switch it to active mode. This little guy comes in clutch, and he's most effective with Daddy over there. Make sure if you're playing Vegeta, you're playing anywhere from 2 to 4 copies. If you don't, I don't even know why you're watching my channel right now. So make sure you add 4 copies, guys. If not, 3, 2 works. Shit, tech card at 1 if you can. But this is something you need for Vegeta leaders and most blue leaders that are not Goku. And we all know the Goku that I'm referring to. One of the most influential, impactful, freaking powerful cards in the game. We got our boy Furthering Destruction Champa. When you combo with this card, choose up to 1 of your attacking cards. It gains double strike for the duration of the turn. This includes your leader or any battle card you may have. It gains 10,000, of course, because it's this combo, and it will also gain double strike. This bad boy is extremely powerful with any critical damage giving cards, such as Vegeta the leader. This card is tutorable versus Champa-sama up here, which is one of the cards I told you he can fetch, and with Gowasu-sama over here. So I almost can guarantee having this bad boy when needed. All right, moving on to our 4-drop lineup. As you can see, we have Jiren, Fist of Justice. So, first of all, Double Strike. Second of all, Permanent. This card can attack active battle cards. And last of all, Auto, once per turn. When this card attacks a battle card, it gains 10,000 power, plus you can restand this card and put it right back into active mode. This is freaking amazing. It makes Jiren a 30k on the attack against any battle card, which pretty much can destroy any battle card unless your opponent is willing to give up vital resources to save their card. Additionally, he could get a second attack right at the battle card, or he can just attack the leader or not attack at all, which is very useful in many situations. You just have to know how to play the game out and decide what you want to do with him. He's very useful, and the longer he stays on the field, the bigger he becomes of a threat. He's a constant card that causes pressure. Unlike cards like Beerus that kills 1 card per turn, or like the new promo Gohan that has critical and kills a card, this guy can keep killing battle cards while still putting pressure on your opponent's leader. This card you definitely can't sleep on, and it's why I run 4. Notice the trend of the deck, guys. Everything that's important is ran at max value. Speaking of Beerus-san, we have Beerus right here. Energy Boost Beerus, the card I was talking about earlier. Double Strike, Auto. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO that card. He's extremely strong, and he is very simplistic in what he can do. He's 20k, Double Strike, and if you got 5 or more energy, you're killing any card you need to get rid of. He's similar to Jiren. The only difference is he's a one-time deal, but a guarantee. And he's a 20-hit card, which is pretty good. It puts pressure on your opponent's leader, unlike that Gohan that's only hitting 15. So ultimately, because he's a god and because he can get rid of cards, he fits splendid in this deck. And that's why the deck is pretty much primarily a god deck. As you can see, this deck has a lot of power. Now, of course, we cannot leave out Champa-sama, Destructive Terror Champa, his brother, right next to him. This guy is freaking amazing. He's a 6-drop. He's as high as I go in this deck. First of all, he has Triple Strike. Second of all, he has Evolve, which I can evolve off of this little guy on top. Third of all, when he comes into play, KO all battle cards on your opponent's side of the field that are 15,000 or less. This guy don't play no games. He gets up front and personal. Gets rid of all your opponent's blockers, gets rid of all your opponent's key cards that they want to land on the field. And if they have nothing but fodder just to try to defend, nah nigga, we getting rid of them. You ain't having nothing. When he comes out, he cleans house. In fact, you could watch Kitchen Table Meta and see the most recent match between me and Peter Katani. Great guy, great player, but Champa did a real mean, devastating work on him. He had about 3 blockers on the board and I think some fodder, and I just dropped Champa and his whole board just caved in. And it was just like, he had so much value that he was building, and Champa was like, I'm sorry, no bloodlust. Peace out to the board. All right, guys, last but not least, I ran 4 Time Control Trunks. If you guys don't know, this card just came out in the new expansion Villain set. And this is one hell of a card. Overwhelm 3. Overwhelm. If you need to have at least the specified amount. If you have that amount, you can remove your discard pile with that minimal amount from the game and place it into your warp area. In that case, you can play this card for free. When you play this card using Overwhelm, look at up to the top 2 cards of your deck and choose up to one of them and add it into your hand. In that case, place the rest to the top or bottom of your deck. Very crucial, very good, freaking amazing. I ran 4 of them because he got straight to the point. He was the best filter card in the entire deck. As you can see the deck behind me, this man came in clutch. Very strong. Vegeta is proud of you, Trunks. Very proud. So overall, guys, I want to give a few shout outs to people in general. So let me put this bad boy right in. I ran 4 of them. So in total, we have a 50 card deck, guys. Don't want anyone saying, hey, you ran like 47 cards or whatever. I'm only showing you one because I have actually the rest of those cards decked at the moment in another deck that I'm brewing up for the next regional. So I hope you guys are ready to see me in action again. I want to thank a few individuals such as Pro Play Games. Again, you guys did your shit. You kicked ass, took names. I ended up losing to one of you guys again, but I was able to take out quite a few of you guys. So right now, not so bad, right? I'm 4-2 to you guys. I'm 4 wins over, 2 losses down. So I'm coming down, I'm coming strong next event, guys. I hope you guys are very ready for me. I plan on winning the next event, so y'all gonna have to do a whole lot to take me down. So I'm gonna see all of you guys in Top Cut. I wanna give a special thanks to Peter Katani. He was the VIP of the tournament. Great guy. I had a little one-on-one for about an hour with him. I'm pretty sure he actually discussed that in the Pro Play Games video that he just released a little while ago, you know, talking about the event and the deck that he played. He played a very interesting deck, Golden Frieza. Not necessarily a top tier leader, but he played it as a pro. Any leader can be good in this format, even Hit, guys. And I know this might sound blasphemous, but even Hit can do some damage based on the leaders that we have in today's competitive events. But I want to give him a nice shout out. The guy is chilled, cool. I also want to give a special thanks to the Hill Twins. These guys, they kept in contact through the entire event, and it was great, you know, seeing my teammates root for me, including Mom. Mom was rooting for me there too. So it was, you know, again, the event was great. Despite my full team not being there, it was still fun that I had people supporting me from home. I made it in 2nd place with this deck, as you can see the entirety of it. And it was great. This deck got me far. It's not easy to play. I'm gonna let you guys know this firsthand. The deck has the capability of winning on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. It can even last up to the later game. That's how it was designed. It was designed for beginning to late game. But again, not very easy to play because you have a lot of decks that do a lot, especially like Starter Goku. I beat 3 Starter Gokus during the event, and I lost to 2. Lost to 1 primarily because I didn't get to finish my 5th round completely because of the Freehan thing that went on. Make sure that you show up to some of these regionals if it's nearby. It won't disappoint. Even if the prizing isn't the greatest, you get to meet a lot of fellow players. You get to enjoy an experience that is really once in a lifetime. Every experience is different. Every event is different. And there will be certain players you won't see again. So you gotta cherish just the moments you have playing across the table from anyone for that matter. I really do appreciate when you guys come to me and, you know, let me know like, hey Anthony, I love watching your content. So if you see me, don't hesitate to come up to me and say hello. And again, you know, thank you for watching this video. And as you all know, this channel is all about you.